Alright, welcome to the next part of Majora's Mask. Last part, we got the gilded sword, a bottle, and a couple pieces of heart. And in this part, we're going to be playing that same mini-game again. Okay, I'm not going to be showing that part on screen. I'm going to do that after this episode. But in this episode, we're going to be heading to a new area and then playing that mini-game again. I'll show the other two segments of it later. But first, I'm going to want to head inside the clock tower and talk to the Happy Mask Salesman. Spirit of the Goron who cannot be healed. He says a few interesting little things, depending on the different transformation masks. He doesn't say anything for the Deku mask, though. We have a few different masks we can show him, but I don't think it's too necessary. You can come talk to him if you want to, but I think it'll just be kind of a waste of time. And if there's anything that you never have enough of in Majora's Mask, it's time. Alright, we're going to want to start off this day in the same way as always, by running up to the top of this house and grabbing the 100 rupees. I wonder, by the end of this project, I wonder how many times I'm going to have run up here and grab the 100 rupees. Maybe it's some kind of joke. I'll make like a compilation of just every time I show this cutscene. Probably not, though. Not really a cutscene, actually. More so just this same little thing of me just walking over here, opening the chest, and grabbing the money. Let's see if we can do the glitch again, just to make this a little more exciting. Yeah, got him. Same thing happens, though. You just come out over here. So after you grab the 100 rupees, what you want to do is head back to the bomb shop and pick up another powder keg. As long as you've passed Goron's test, you can always buy powder kegs from this guy. He'll say something about you need my instructor's approval to use these things if you come and talk to him as the Goron without doing that. So you gotta do that. Alright, so now we're going to be going along the next path on Termina Field, which is this little one over here. You could have gone into this area a bit earlier, but there really wouldn't have been too much for you to do. Well, there would be two things, because this area, you see that boulder up there? We have to use a powder keg to get rid of it, but it'll be gone on the third day. So we could have come here and done a few side questy type things earlier, but I think it just makes a lot more sense for us to come and do it now. Just going to grab a fairy here just in case we need it. There's some arrows. These little bushes by the owl statues always have a lot of, they usually have like fairies, magic arrows, just a little bit of a refill for you whenever you go by. So that's always appreciated. Over there, we're going to be going down there later, but for now, we're going to head up here and get rid of that boulder with our powder keg. Let's pull out the powder keg. Let's see what this guy has to say. So someone pulled a prank, presumably Skull Kid, and dropping this boulder here and blocking the way to Romani Ranch, whatever that is. I know that is, but we'll be finding out in just a minute here. So use that to blow open the way, and let's talk to him again. As long as it's open to traffic, it's fine. So let's head into this new area and see just what's going on here. Alright, something that Evan pointed out back when he was still our guest commentator, don't worry, he'll be back for those of you who were wondering, He mentioned something about the Kakariko Arch, and this is that. That arch, if you translate the Hylian into English, it actually says "Welcome to Kakariko Village." That same arch was used in A Link to the Past, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and I believe A Link Between Worlds. So that's pretty interesting, sort of like a reoccurring set piece. So, first thing we want to do when we get here to Romani Ranch is... let's talk to whoever this is. Crimea, the ranch owner. Alright. So, we added her to our notebook. And something I wanted to point out about the notebook, there are, like... in the 3DS version, pretty much everyone is in the notebook, but only the characters with major side quests are in it in this game. So there's really not too much here at the moment. The obvious thing to do is run up to that house, but we're not going to be doing that yet. Let's just see what's over this way first. Oh. We're actually not going to be doing that for a very long time, so don't worry about it. But I will say, the thing behind that door is quite possibly the most obnoxious minigame in Majora's Mask. And I know I've been saying that about all of them, but this one, I'm serious. It doesn't get any worse than the minigame in there. You'll see what I'm talking about a little later on. For this segment, we're going to want to pull that out. So let's go talk to this guy. So this guy's kind of just depressed that the world's going to end pretty soon. His only regret is that he's not going to be able to see his cuckoos as fully grown roosters. So, you might remember a while ago, we got this mask from a guy who said that the original owner of this mask had the power to transform animals into adults in an instant. So that's kind of your hint to just use it and march around and gather all these cuckoo chicks here. One of only 2 uses of this mask in the whole game. It's always nice to hear that catchy little tune, though. Not want to stop marching here, or else the cuckoos will all go back to their original places, and that's annoying. You have to gather up all of them. And they're kind of hard to see, honestly. Okay, we do not want to leave those 2 behind on the other side of that fence. I think that's the last one. Never mind, there's one more. There it is, it's the one right next one. That's not it. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep marching around until we find it, I guess. These things kind of move around a lot, so that's kind of a pain. I've had some go around behind those fences there. And there's all these boards with weird faces or whatever those are supposed to be that get in your way. And Majora's Mask also does not have the greatest draw distance in the world, so they don't really come into existence until you get close enough to them. There it is. Alright, when they start to turn into fully grown cuckoos, that's when you know you got all of them. Just gotta keep it up until they're all fully grown chickens. Cuckoos, rather. And we got the bunny hood. Alright, this is quite possibly the most helpful mask in the game, believe it or not. Fulfilled the wish of this guy, so he can die satisfied now. Except we don't plan on letting that happen anyway. So, let's show off what this thing does. You put it on, your run speed doubles. Yeah, it's not as fast as the Goron roll, but it's definitely helpful, and you're going to be using this thing a lot. Another interesting thing this thing does is it makes your jumps longer, so you don't have to use roll jumps nearly as much anymore. So let's just run up this way, and Tattle will point out that that's our horse, Epona, from the beginning of the game. Looks like Skull Kid didn't actually get rid of her, he just kind of dropped her off here. Strange. A lot of people think this is actually the Terminian version of Epona, and that your Epona really is dead, but they kind of make it clear that this is your version of Epona. So, let's just talk to this girl here. So this is Romani. So she's gonna call us Grasshopper for some reason. Never really understood why. Alright, so now we get one of the more famous parts of Majora's Mask. Hang on just a minute, I just noticed there's this lighting issue here. There we go. That little ball of light in the middle of the screen should be gone now. So basically what Romani here is saying is that later tonight, these ghost things are going to come down from the sky and steal all their cows. Strange. Majora's Mask is one of the more odd Zelda games out there. Alright, so we're now riding on the horse. Archery is pretty simple. When you're moving around, push B, aim with the analog stick, same as always. In Twilight Princess, you could use your sword on the horse. In this game, you're stuck with your bow, and that's it. Gotta run around and shoot all the balloons that look like the ghosts. A lot of people say that these things are aliens, a lot of people say that they're ghosts, but I personally say they're ghostly aliens, yeah. No, actually, I'm leaning more towards the ghost side. Alright, we even beat the record. Wow. That was a mini-game. I didn't fail a mini-game. I'm amazed. All you have to do is do it under 2 minutes. The whole record thing is really no big deal. You don't get anything for it. So she's gonna teach us a new song that apparently the horse likes. Alright, so we remember Epona's song. Kind of strange how Link didn't think to play this at first, but I guess he kind of assumed Epona was dead, so, you know, no big deal. They never really explained how Romani here learned this song, but I guess since she's sort of the Terminian version of Malon, then that kind of explains how she knows the song. Probably the same way Malon do it. So, on this 3-day cycle, we're going to want to come back here at 2 in the morning and fight off the ghost aliens for her. I don't want to remember to do that. That's a pretty important quest. But for now, we're gonna actually end this part here. So, actually, there's a few other things I want to talk about. You need to get Epona to get to the next part of the game, so don't think you can just skip over this, and this is just sort of a little bit of extra story development or whatever. No, you have to go get Epona. And also, you might notice that Cremia and Romani are young Malon and adult Malon from Ocarina of Time, so the character was sort of split into two for this game. So it's not just recycled models. A lot of the times characters are split up, some aren't here at all, there's a few original characters. It's just kinda, you know, different. This Termina is a very similar world to Hyrule, but there's a lot of big differences. That's kind of one of the main ideas of Majora's Mask. So anyway, we're just going to take Epona out this way for now. We'll be sure to come back on this 3-day cycle at 2 in the morning. Alright, so I'm just going to go over here and use the owl statue to save. So, thanks for watching this part, and I hope you found it helpful and just good. I think my parts are kind of getting better as this goes along. So thanks for watching.